Alrighty, and welcome to part 3 of This Week in Jump. Continuing off, we have Iike Me Let's Loose, one of the newer series.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm liking this slice of life manga. There's funny little quips. There's cute girls. There's cute guys. There's fighting, and there's comedy. Like it really has everything a staple really needs for me to really enjoy. We have Kito, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Gito.
Kito, the very popular dude. He can't stop thinking about Yui and of her white form and of her black form. He adores the white version just being essentially just so a pure maiden, and the black one just being deranged. And how could this possibly be the same person? What kind of reasoning can this be? Also, why does her uniform change colors? That might be on his mind as well. It's on mine. Who knows?
Been thinking about it as well. We'll just ignore that for now.
Yeah, but we have, he's going to school, and we see we see Black Yui running in, being chased by a bunch of delinquents. It's like, whoa, why this early in the morning? Why is it not your pure self like it was the other day?
Yeah, there's like a dozen of them.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people she has messed with over the years, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So she grabs Kito because she remembers him, and has him push her up against the wall as if they were making out. Their lips get very close, and looks like, oh, maybe this is not the pure maiden I thought she was. But no, that's exactly what it is. She's not the pure maiden he thought she was. He's being held with what looks like a pen at his jugular.
Yeah.
Saying that if you talk,
You die.
you die. Like, oh, this kind of humor is great. And what does he do after he says that, oh, they've gone away? He screams. It's like he could have risked it right there and getting stabbed in the throat.
And she actually teases him about thinking that she was actually gonna kiss him.
Yeah. Like, even that side of her is still kind of cute. Like, oh, you thought I was gonna do this? He. Like, think again.
And then you see Kito's fangirls.
Yeah, two of many. I don't think they're even given names.
No, as far as I'm aware, they were not given names.
Yeah.
And they wind up spreading the rumor that he's going out with the Black Yui.
Yeah, which, wow. I mean, he kind of wishes, but also...
He wants to date the other one, the more feminine.
Yeah, and
Yui.
Kito gets called a cherry boy, which for a lot of people might not know that, but it's like a virgin.
Yes.
And he tries to play it up like, oh no, I've been with girls. It's like I'm a playboy.
I'm a bad boy.
I'm a bad boy. I'm a playboy. It's like girls are just giggling and like not knowing what to say.
Actually turns down an invitation from a popular girl named Kara.
Uh-huh.
Or Kara. It's probably Kara, Japanese.
Yeah, but she looks like an interesting character. We might see something about her later on. But right now we get Kito and Now, who's asking for a favor. It's like, we literally just met the other day. It's like...
I have a favor to ask of you. I know we met yesterday.
It's kind of out of the blue. Also, she's asking this favor because he saw Yui transform.
He knows the secret.
He knows the secret. And this is supposed to be a secret, okay? Keep it. It's like, on someone you just met. It's like, now, how can you have this much trust in humans? But they he's kept his word. He hasn't spouted it to everyone else.
We also see how she turned into that form despite waking up and being turned into her normal, or her white Yui self. It's because it got caught on a bike.
Yeah, just, bad luck.
Your chain.
It didn't, pull out your hair or drag you along.
Nope.
Nope, just pull it off. So they're going to try to get the chain, back on her, but now needs some help with someone, she can trust a secret with. I'm sure she can trust with trying to get Yui, Black Yui back.
Yes.
Black Yui is taunting these delinquents, and I'm not sure if she jumps out of a window or
she somehow got to the roof.
Yeah, or is being pushed out, but loses her footing. What looks like some actual, danger, and Kito just
ran up there.
Surprisingly, like a man, is
grabs her and holds her like a princess.
Saves her from a more detrimental fall. Now quickly gets the chain and puts it on her to save her, but it's also, I'm not sure if it's a dust cloud or when she transforms there's a puff. It might just be the dust cloud from them falling, but holds a little bit of cover because the delinquents can't find the Black Yui. They just see the white Yui, the pure Yui, and she's so embarrassed that she passes out while still oh, I'm on top of a young man, what have I been doing? So embarrassed, but she passes out while she's still on him.
Yeah. Not even gonna. Oh, okay.
She's so pure, and I don't think she's, especially since the first chapter, she's not dumb.
No.
She's very pure. She's very, very athletic, but I think these kinds of things she can't stand. Not that she hates them, but just she doesn't know how to deal with them. And I place this one fairly high just because it's,
you're liking the slice of life aspect.
Slice of life
and the comedy.
Comedy. It's got everything that I like in manga.
Dun, dun, dun.
Alrighty, next we have One Piece. Raizo is talking to the prisoner, which is one of the samurais that Kinemon was actually hoping to find.
Mm-hmm.
He's chained up. He's
all you can see is his eyes.
All you can see is his eyes, and he looks very calm. For this fact, Raizo is not. Luffy is going to be executed. He's going to be in a sumo kind of fighting ring, and you keep fighting until you lose, essentially. So, but
there's a twist.
They get a twist. They get collars that from the
Celestial
Dragons, where if they misbehave, or in this case get thrown out of the ring, they activate and blades come out and decapitate you. So to kind of make this a little fair, we're gonna remove this
Sea Stone. Is it Sea Stone Prism? Honestly, I always forget the full title of the Sea Stone Prism. Yeah, Sea Stone Cuffs or Sea Stone Prism. There's multiple. I think they include the word prism.
Yes,
I've read that several different times. I've seen that
as well. And they release him. You fools! You absolute fool! Do you know who Luffy is? Actually, they know a little bit about Luffy, from Kaido and down, because this country has been cordoned off. Maybe Queen doesn't know everything of Luffy, and how much bigger his bounty is than Queen.
I forgot what his current bounty is. Isn't it over
$1 billion? It's huge right now.
Queen's is 1.3.
Yeah.
I know that because that was recent. Is Luffy's 1.5?
Yeah, Luffy is...
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high. But Oh, Luffy, like, okay, here's your first wave of enemies. Haki, you're done. Next.
He didn't even just Emperor Hockey. He just looked at them and they collapsed.
Yeah.
It was great.
Queen's not affected. That's nice. I want this to be the training montage for Luffy just beating everyone. Like, okay, who's next? Like,
Well,
like guys, and the Queen's going to look back, and none of his subordinates are awake. All of them are on the ground. I'm like, I guess it's my turn. Well, even if you beat me, you can't get out of here.
but he doesn't have the cuffs. He just needs the collar to come off.
Yeah. Which, if he tries to pull it off through his head, he might get sliced his head.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a restriction on that. Otherwise, like everybody who had the Celestial Dragon collar would just take it off over their head.
Yeah, so
Pretty sure
we'll see how that wins. But on the other side, we have another sidebar. We have Drake infiltrating the spa house where Nami, Robin, and the other ninja is.
The old Konoichi Shinobu. I always forget her name. I just always refer to her as a Konoichi. But yeah, it's her name is Shinobu.
Nami is hiding, which, good reason. They're in a bathhouse and they're wanted criminals. But she pops up like, oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to hide. I was just over here. And her towel, oops, wardrobe malfunction, and she knocks the room out. Even other women.
Oh yeah, Hawkins is there too.
Yeah. Just decimates them with her beauty because Nami is very beautiful and she's in her most weakened state at this point.
It's Soba Mask.
The Soba Mask, Sanji, with his invisibility,
You know why he wanted it.
I'm surprised he's not dead. Like,
The amount of blood.
I think he has had some training from the Isle of Man that he was at before, kind of made him weaker. I think he got a little bit better later on in some of the arcs. But this, before, he would have just killed him outright. And Drake, when he sees... He doesn't see Nami.
He just sees other women and he's
other
just
women
ugh.
and exposing flesh. And he just passes out.
I guess he's not used to it. He's
Yeah.
not used to the womanly form. Hawkins actually kind of teases him about it and it's like, what? You can't? Why are you?
I am strong. I'm not weak. Then they say, Drake, you're also from the North Blue. Do you know who that is? That's the Germa's Stealth Black. Like, rumored kind of secret agent. And they just immediately get out of there. And Sanji is able to relay some information that Beppo and some of the other
members from Trafalgar's group.
Yeah. What are their pirate name?
I honestly forgot what their pirate group is called. I just always refer to them as like Law's group.
Yeah, insert their name here. Bam. Yeah, the just off note, single panel, like, oh, they've been captured. Like, okay.
I guess that happened.
Yeah. So, and then, third sidebar, we have Zoro fighting this huge
Weapons collector is what
weapons
your first
collector.
name was?
Maybe in Final Fantasy that this is like a Gilgamesh-like character where he's carrying all these special weapons, and his weapon collection is going to be taken by Zoro, or at least some of them will be, because he needs to arm the samurai. But this guy just thinks of Zoro as a bandit.
a thief.
Yeah.
Because he has a weapon that wasn't supposed to be outside of Wano.
Yeah, and it's... I can see that fight being...
It should be good.
But right now we have a lot of sidebars going on.
A lot of things running simultaneously.
Alright, next we have Jujutsu Kaisen.
It was a good one.
We have Todo and Itadori team fighting Hinami. It's such a simple name, why can't I remember? But yes, they're constantly
It's like trying to remember 10,000 names.
Yeah, they're constantly teleporting with the clapping. Um, they're getting some black flash attacks in. Um, Itadori's getting hit, but he's able to withstand these punches. He's gritting his teeth, kind of like he knows they're coming, and there's simultaneous attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Where, and we see another special ability with energy eating plants.
Yeah.
And Toto was going to protect himself with his spiritual energy.
But then we have like a mental cutaway for him.
Yeah.
Where he
He sees the idol he
yeah.
likes
Yes.
telling him, "Oh no, you've experienced something like this before, don't you? Like, yeah, there's these curses that will eat your spiritual energy and will only grow stronger because of that."
Yes.
So, what does he do? He guards with just his body.
Mm-hmm.
He does take some damage, but not it. He doesn't give the enemy any strength off of it. And his chain of thought is just great. I love his character.
It's very random. Like, I wouldn't have expected him to have like a mental segue.
Yeah, but he's very smart. He's very attuned to who he is and a battlefield. The good thing is he can use his ability when there's at least one other person nearby. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's not just one other person, it's at least one other entity that has this kind of spiritual energy. So when he claps his hands, they've been moving around the area. He swaps
Itadori out.
Itadori and
The girl who was fighting with the high grade weapon before. I cannot remember her name either.
she had a very simple name, and I thought I had it ready for this. But her name, bam, right there. Her weapons that she was using, I'm not sure if it's kind of like a bow staff. Maki.
Bam.
Yeah. Maki's weapons. I'm not sure if it's like a deconstructed bow staff or if it's kind of like three-pronged nunchucks. But he's able to deal out some massive damage. Not enough because
he breaks his little trees that are where his eyes are.
Yeah, he's able to do a massive amount of damage, but he's also not too experienced with these. So he's not able to really finish him off here. But they're getting close, and
he gets serious.
Yes, he gets serious. He's having fun. He's enjoying this fight now, but maybe to a point where he has lost himself. This creature or this curse has lost its sensible, logical side, and is just enjoying itself too much to where it doesn't care if it lives or dies or the mission anymore. It just cares about having fun and killing these guys. Also, when Toto teleported Itadori, he was like
confused.
Why am I in water? Like, what happened?
Yes, that was great.
Like even here, Toto's adding a little bit of comedy to the situation, and we see the screen has disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
and we see
Gojo.
That this is
Infinite Void.
Infinite Void? Well,
yeah, it's his ability, Infinite Void.
Okay. Because at first, I didn't know who this was.
It says Gojo. He always has his eyes wrapped and everything, so you don't really see his face that much.
Yeah, which really threw me off until you said something. I was like, "Who is this person? I don't know who he is, but why is the screen gone?" Like, okay, I'm seeing where this is going, and he sees an enemy and allies. Like, oh, you're gonna get it now.
Well, the screen was to keep him out from the fight, so
yeah.
Clearly he must be able to deal with Hinami fairly easily.
Yeah.
Even.
I wonder if he's within Toto's range to just immediately teleport him and be gone.
I don't know what his range is.
Yeah, that's one thing we'll have to learn the next chapters. Alrighty, we're down to the top 3.
Okay.
Number 3, I have the Provost Neverland.
Okay.
We get a little bit of backstory for Mujika and her clan, essentially, where she can give her blood to other demons, and they retain human, or at least humanoid-like traits and intelligence.
They don't degenerate.
They don't degenerate. So if they had already had that previously, they will retain that degree. They can't give it out to people who have degenerated to the statute of
The feral
beast,
versions.
of ferals. But if that feral were to eat a human and then drink the blood, then maybe they can come back. And Norman is in fear of someone like this still being alive, still being able to get in his way of his plan right now.
Yeah, because up to this point, it was assumed that that line had been wiped out by the royals originally. And we find that they had actually went out, exterminated the line, and eaten them. That way they would be able to gain that ability, and they wouldn't have to worry about degenerating if there was a famine.
Because how do you stay in control? You quell population, you control the food supply, you control who essentially lives or dies. And they have that kind of power with the royal line, as well as the unintelligible god. Yeah, so Norman's plan about, the Civil War is good, but with this kind of information that Emma and Ray give to him, it's like, we need to take them out now. Because if we're not able to control population, if we're not able to control food like this, there's no way for us to control them.
That, and they're not going to sit idly by while they wipe out the demons. They'll probably do something.
Yeah. Also, Musica is still a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Emma and Ray still have strong feelings for them, in a good way, they don't want them dead.
It's a really lore-heavy chapter.
Yeah. Like, Norman just outright says, we have to kill Sungju and Musica. Sungju, I can see that he hasn't eaten...
He has the desire to still go out and hunt.
Yes. But also, it doesn't look like he has a form like Musica. I believe once he received blood, it was like, I'll never eat humans again unless we are fighting each other on even ground.
Yeah.
I think I am content with staying how I am, protecting you like this. Maybe the reason that Musica and a lot of them cover themselves with folds of clothes is because they have scars of where they've been pierced, where they've been stabbed, where they've been cut for blood in the past.
That is highly likely. I don't know how good their healing abilities are.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, we kind of do, because in the Goldie Pond arc, they were able to heal themselves over time. So, I mean, I don't know how much they scar, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emma protests, obviously. She keeps saying that to stop the extermination. And Norman's like, things can't be that way. It's not that simple. You're too nice.
Yeah, you're too nice. We fight to kill them so that they don't hunt us to eat and survive. We are in a cycle of killing or be killed. We don't need to eat them. They need to eat us. We need to kill them so that we can survive. It is not a fact of us trying to live together. It is, we cannot live together. We are in this cycle. There is no way to break out of this.
He even makes the comparison of, if your favorite food dish told you, please don't eat me, would you listen to it? Probably for a while, but then over time, you're going to have cravings and then go back.
Yeah.
And then she says, well, then let's escape to the human world and redo the promise. that's not necessarily going to work either because they don't know if the human world's going to actually accept them.
Yeah.
So Norman's still going forward with his plan of exterminating the demons.
And he's still very much in the kind of his family, his human family,
Mm-hmm.
is what he cares about. He
Yeah, that's
doesn't
his
care
priority.
about the demons. He has never cared about the demons.
Well, he has cared about them, but in the sense that he hates them.
Yes. Alrighty. Number 2, we have Act Age.
Act Age was good.
Act Age was brilliant. I'm getting a little bit more, slice of life, comedy,
Who are you?
progression. I love it. I just love it. So we have just a car pull up to a school. Already you're drawing attention to yourself.
He's not even in a parking lot.
Yeah. It's like I'm just driving up. Like, oh, that guy's a pretty boy. Is like he looks like a model. I wonder who it is. Some celebrity? Is like you're drawing attention to yourself, dude. Like you need
Yeah, wearing the hat, wearing the mask, only
Yeah.
showing your eyes.
Yeah, that's not helping you when you have a good figure, proper posture, and really well kept hair. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be spotted. He eventually is able to find Unagi and
Yoshioka.
Yoshioka, trying to get a shot for their video, for their film. But people are just in the way. Like it's a school. They can't just clear a hallway.
Well, they got permission, but
They want to be. People want to be in the camera. They want to be in the shot. It's like that's not what this shot is for. It needs to be devoid of people, but people just don't get it.
well, they just want to take pictures of Yonagi because she's famous.
Yeah, that too.
Now we see the usual suspects too.
Yeah, the other parts of the cinema club that are
Ryoma and Hino.
they're something else. They're not involved, but they're also not a nuisance. Like they're bland. They're side characters, but even what is it?
They just come off as
Akira?
jerky.
Is it Akira?
The actor, yeah.
Yeah.
Akira is the one in the mask.
Yeah, he's a side character, but he's trying to put himself,
Well,
in the role to help,
right.
to see, oh, what's going on? What are you doing? I came to check up on you because other people told me.
He immediately gets pulled off though by Yonagi.
Yeah, and she gets mad at him. Or she gets mad at what's his name?
Yoshioka.
For
For freaking out over you're Akira. Bah!
yeah, it's like, oh, you'll help us, cool. It's like, no,
No pros.
You're not gonna help us. We don't need pros. We said we were gonna do it without it. So fair enough. So they tried to take the shot again. Akira just staying in the sidelines, trying not to draw attention.
Wearing a mask.
Yeah,
Which is
And-
drawing more
and
attention.
Unagi pulls out
her acting.
her
chops.
acting like she has done before in her first audition, in the first chapter, where you draw everyone into the scene, whether they know the context or not.
Mhm.
When the wolf was going to attack her little siblings,
Yeah, the other people in the room could visualize the wolf being there.
yeah, she does this now with utter fear.
Yes.
And she the essentially the desaturation of her, all the color draining from her,
The
from
sweat.
head to toe, dripping in sweat, falling to the ground, is phenomenal. Like, for making other people see something that she doesn't see. She just says to run with just such fear. But she's doing this so that she can have a clear hallway.
And it actually works.
Yeah, and not too too long after that, they're able to record. They're able to get the shot of Unagi walking by herself. The sweat's gone. Her eyes are back to normal. Colors back in her body.
Mm-hmm.
This is acting.
Mm-hmm.
This is being able to portray what you need to at the drop of a hat.
Even still, she looks somewhat out of it and a little bit, and Akira actually is just like, hey, she isn't coming back all the way, and she slaps her face to snap back to actually being her normal self, because it still looked like she was in that role from the movie she was drawing inspiration from, because she was like holding her legs together,
Yep.
clenched.
Still scared, still
Yeah.
in that state.
And then they're going over the footage, and she asks to look at the storyboards for what's coming up next. And then we have the aftermath of her little stunt, where we hear all of the students and the teachers asking like, what were you all running from and what was going on?
Yeah, why are you guys causing such a commotion?
Yeah, and then Hina's just annoyed the whole thing was done by Yonagi. I hope she comes around and stops being so pessimistic and just jerky towards them.
I think that's going to happen once they show off this video. I was like, this is what they were doing? This is how they were able to frame these things?
With just a basic camera.
Yeah, like, I think once she sees this, I think her and Ryoma are going to have a drive to, this is really cool. This is what you could do with how you could frame this camera, how you could put things in this box, move them around, and have a story. That was pretty crazy. And we have number one. It's been number one for me. I think this is 3 weeks in a row. But it's in such a good arc right now that I can't help it. Number one, we have Black Clover with a beautiful double page color spread, just of characters in school attire. It just looks so nice seeing everyone in
outfits you'd never really see them in.
You never will see them
Nope.
in.
Considering the world takes place in a fantasy world.
Yeah, but we have the literal devil fighting with Asta,
Patoli is the elf that didn't get KO'd.
Yeah. What is the healing magic girl?
Mimosa.
Mimosa's just on the sidelines. She literally can do nothing to help here.
Unless somebody's injured.
Unless someone's injured. Which, in this case, we have one person who is injured, and it's an elf. And we don't know if Mimosa's going to heal him, or if anyone's going to say, yeah, heal him. We need him to survive. This is all just a trick by the devil to make humans and elves fight each other. Because this kind of turmoil is what it lives for. What it loves to manifest. And with its magic being drawn off of words, Patoli is using his light creation magic to, instead of making swords, to make a whip. Maybe if it's a different weapon, it can hit him. Disappear.
Nope.
Iron spear. Attacking him any which way he can.
And just pierces through him and holds him up in the air.
Yuno and Asta jump in to try to help. Yuno is in like a half-elf form, radiating with magic, and Asta looks like he grew a horn out of his hair, out of his head.
Yeah, he also has the fang and the taking on the dark form.
Yes, from the demon that is inside of him. Maybe another devil?
Well, we don't know if there's really like a distinction at this point.
Yeah. We have a storm of blades that is being cascaded on our heroes. Asta's able to hit most of them away, but there's some real ones in there. It's not just magic. and Yuno is not able to dodge, or not able to hit back everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just dodging anything that he can.
And then he uses vacuum wall to knock them down.
Yeah, and he's constantly just doing attacks: be crushed, squashed, be broken, and be run through, using magic to literally do damage.
Watching the ground just break underneath the pressure.
I feel like I've seen something like that before. A little bit akin to when Kagome and Inuyasha says sit, and she says sit. It's constantly that depression.
It stacks. Almost.
Yeah, and I was like, that's in Inuyasha. It's funny.
What was that admiral from One Piece during the Dressrosa arc? The one who also used gravity. The one who was blind.
Oh yes.
He also used the same kind of effect where he had like Luffy just.
Oh yeah, just keep being depressed. Keep the gravity, the weight, just constantly stacking.
Yeah. Similar kind of thing. I just thought of that when you thought of that. I was like, oh yeah, there's been examples of that, but it's still cool. It's a cool power because it's not very common.
Yeah, and it's not there to kill you. It's there to demoralize you, to stop you in your tracks. The devil he still has words to say.
He's got his nice little monologue.
He did not go for the kill for Patoli.
Nope.
He's still talking to him. He wants to break his mental state. Like, you thought the humans were the ones going after you? You thought they betrayed you?
And that Lich was the one that used the reincarnation magic?
Yeah, like, no. That was me. I did that. I did it on both sides. I want this rotation of rage to keep going on so that I can constantly keep getting stronger and being essentially recreated again and again.
And he's just a pawn.
Yeah. And that's when he no longer needs his body. The iron spears just go that much further and stab into Patoli. Humans and elves are just funny. Their playthings are their dreams. But not when your dream is to become the Wizard King. Asta, coming on through. A great double spread of both of them. Like, they've been doing this a lot with Fuego Leon.
I like it. I really like
showing so much more
side
power.
By sides.
Yeah, the side by sides, their powers. Yuno's wind magic is pushing away all of the physical objects and deteriorating them. Asta's anti-magic is deteriorating all the magic around him, and they're working in tandem.
And then seeing them charge and handle all of the storm blades.
Yeah, Mimosa is being able to keep track of them through all this. Is they see that they're attacking and defending at the same time.
I feel like she's supposed to be the audience representation.
Yeah, because
because this is how like the reader feels. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, you and I are helping just as much as Mimosa is right now.
Yeah,
but it's still so much action is going on right now, and they are able to slash and get past the devil.
But he's still smiling.
He's still smiling. But he does have damage.
Yes, this is the first time he's actually been touched.
Yeah, and this is. I'm not sure why he didn't try saying any words. Maybe he thought. Maybe this was split second kind of interactions.
Or he wanted to see how hard they hit.
Yeah, could be. Also, there was a small little quip in there that Yuno was supposed to be reincarnated as Lick's son.
Yeah. Yes.
So, like,
sorry.
Okay, that's some interesting information you just randomly plopped in the middle of this battle.
Does give more gravitas.
Yeah, but I would say the son of Lick didn't have any resentment for humans, so I don't think that's why he took over Yuno's body. Maybe his child was the one who maybe saw humans for a little bit more of who they were.
Not every human's bad.
Yeah. Also, why does Yuno when he was found as an orphan, why did he have
The stone.
the stone? I still don't know that part.
Do you think it was placed there by the devil?
You, that's plausible. That's plausible. Because that was the last piece.
Yeah, of the puzzle.
Yeah. Could be. Could be.
This character is basically saying, "I was in charge of this. I did this. I did this. I did that." Yeah. What's to stop him from having done that? Yeah. This character is almost omnipotent.
Yeah, but I think he's having a little bit of fun, kind of like in Death Note. From chapter 1, we see that Ryuk tells Light, "I'm going to be the one that kills you. I'm going to be the one that writes your name in the Death Note." Mm-hmm. The last part where where Light is shot at and bleeding out.
He doesn't die from the shot.
You see Ryuk there, and you see him write down Light Yagami, and he dies. Like, we were told this from very early on, yes. But it was, to me, it's still a huge surprise. In this case, him being the mastermind behind all of this, I can see him being that kind of mastermind in here. That's why, like, it really deserved the number 1 spot for me this week.
It was my number 2.
Okay, still really good.
Just because the week prior it was on my list as my number 1, and then the week before that it was your number 1. It's still getting very high rankings for me just because of what's going on. It's been fairly consistent the past 3 weeks. Considering I used to put it in the mid tier.
Yeah. All right, that pretty much wraps up This Week in Jump.
Alrighty.